maybe 4 guys could go in the first round. It could be less than that. You got 3 maybe at the end of the first round. I don't know. What was your overall impression of this group?
I think we get 4 here.
Yeah.
I do. I wouldn't say definitely. I think that the top 4, again, in a draft that I look at right now and go, there's not a ton of blue chip players.
Yeah.
I think after the top 4, you get into questions or, wait, this guy's only good at this specific role or whatever, where the top 4, they have some elite things about them where you go, whoa, there's not many guys in this draft that have that. Mm-hmm. Or they have, versatility.
So the last time I was with you, we talked about edge.
Yeah.
And we created some waves.
Yeah.
I say we because I was on the podcast with you,
good.
and I agree,
Good.
and I shook my head yes at some times, and maybe people took offense to
You
that.
jumped in now. You're in on it.
Will Anderson is at the top of a lot of people's boards at edge, and really top 5 pick according to some people out there.
Yeah.
You had him as the number 5 edge guy,
right.
So you did not see what everyone else
He
is
will not
claiming
be
to
the number
see.
1 edge guy on the draft. I can tell you that.
The reason I bring that up
right.
is because there's another guy,
right.
and he's at defensive tackle, who a lot of people think could be the top defensive guy off the board, top 5 pick in the NFL, and
right.
clearly the best defensive tackle. Are we ready to make waves again where you see things differently than the rest of the NFL, Chris?
Right. Number 1 D tackle, guy you've never heard of from a school you've never heard of. Jalen Carter, Georgia. Right.
So boring.
Yeah, so boring. I mean, geez, chalk.
Yeah. But what did you see from him?
Okay, you heard me waxing poetically a little bit before the podcast because I couldn't help it. It was coming out of me, right? Just, me, I get excited, especially at this position. First off, he's every bit worthy of being the number 1 pick of the draft, right? When the Bears had the number 1 pick and there was all that conversation there and all that, and a lot of people were saying, oh, well, they could take Jalen Carter, right? I mean, yeah, they could. He's just definitely justified of being there. He is the best defensive player in the draft. I would take him over Tyree Wilson, I believe, from Texas Tech. It's really close.
And you like Wilson a lot.
I like Wilson a lot. I do. But this guy is first off, again, now it's all football related. I'm not going into the character stuff.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Sounds like it's going okay here. But football stuff, this is special of special. And I know I feel like I say this a lot. I kind of saying this about Jordan Davis last year. I was joking with you before the pod. I think I said it about Quinnen Williams a few years ago, right? But when I watch this guy here, I just go damn, here's your new age Warren Sapp or your new age Jerome Brown for older people back in the 80s and early 90s, who was a top 5 pick out of the University of Miami and was on that Eagles Buddy Ryan defense there and was amazing. Right? I can just ask Phil Simms about it, and he'll tell you how amazing he was. But Carter has the ceiling, of course, is through the roof, and the floor is extremely high.
When you're watching him, you're saying that you don't know that you've seen anyone who's put a better tape out there.
I have. When you watch him, you go through some games and you stop the game and you go, wait, did I click on the game or is this the highlight tape? Because he'll have a run of plays where you go, wait, this is like 18 of the last 20 plays are unbelievable. You're going, and then you go wait, am I in the right thing here? Oh, I am watching the game. Okay, yeah, it's second down, it's third down. Okay, I mean, so he goes through periods of that where, again, he's not always making the tackle, but he's dominating his blocker, and then he can do everything off of it. He's the closest thing that you're ever going to see, and I'm not saying he can be this, but it's the closest thing you can see out of college of Aaron Donald that I've seen since he's coming out.
So their body types are almost
it's crazy
identical here.
Yes.
And I think we have something, Christian, a little later down here. So the 40-yard dash was a 4.67, which was a combine record for a defensive tackle, by the way.
I mean, he's only 282. I mean, no big deal.
It was a 100th of a second faster than Aaron Donald. Also went to Pitt, and so it's they go to the same college. Their builds are almost identical. They have some of the same deficiencies with size and maybe arm length, but it hasn't hurt Aaron Donald. And
no,
I guess you don't think it's going to hurt Kancey as well.
No, I don't. Is he perfect? No. Is he going to lose in some double teams? Sure. Right. So does Aaron Donald. Guess what? We don't talk about it because he's going to the Hall of Fame in 4 seconds now, whenever he wants. He's the man. I mean, crazy explosive. I mean, not only explosive straight away, but just twitchiness, like coming off the ball and shaking, using his hands, trying to shake the guard. I mean, it's like, again, like you see Aaron Donald do the footwork drills with the ladder and all that. It's very similar. It's kind of scary how it looks like him. The movements, I watch him and go, there's no way he hasn't worked with Aaron Donald a little bit. That's one of the things that came away. There's no way Aaron Donald didn't teach him that spin move right there. There's no way. It looks exactly like him. I mean, it's the same type of movement. But, I mean, strong, like, is an understatement. I mean, strong? This is the Incredible Hulk. I mean, incredibly strong. I mean, it's like crazy fucking strong. And it's pedal to the metal every play. He's like a psycho. It's Tasmanian devil stuff. Great hands, gets off blocks, upper body strength off the charts, ability to take double teams much better than I expected. It's not perfect. I know. That's the big question, right? He's 282. Can he take on double teams? Well, this guy can. With that body and this strength, he can. The guy's got position versatility. He's that big and he moves that easily. Sometimes it's just got to be that simple. They don't have to make it more complicated. There just ain't, again, in a draft where we talk about there's not a lot of blue chip athletes and people that project to be something special. He's a guy where you can go, oh, damn, no, there's some things he can do here that are special that way. Again, I think we're a little with him as, production. I hear those type of comments and all that. And I got to go, you got to watch, because there's some games where he's not asked to produce. He's asked just to hold the ground, be the two-gapper, do all that, right? So, and, again, I was really impressed with his ability to get off blocks and disengage. I said I'm not sure he's a two-gapper in the NFL on a consistent basis, but he can do it. I think he's an awesome three technique when it's really all said and done. Right, he's a three technique plus. He can do shade nose if you want, but you don't want him to live there. He could do some five tech, but you don't want him to live there because he's not quite long enough to match up and wrestle with tackles in the NFL like that, right?
Yeah.
But he could do it. So you love that. And then like there's real value in his pass rushing again. My first sentence was just a big man-child. I mean, what? He's just one of the, you just go, he's just a big person everywhere. Big time, big body, traditional defensive tackle look. Christian Wilkins-ish, right? That's what I wrote. Chris Jones-ish. It's that kind of guy. I do wish his legs were thicker. And then, as soon as you start watching games, you just go, man, all right, he's an incredible athlete. I mean, he's incredible. For his size, to move the way he does, it's Vita Vea-ish the way he moves and stuff that way. I mean, he can really run. He's got really good quicks. His change of direction's very good. He's got the pliability and looseness to his body that we talk about, right? To be in some awkward positions and still, be fine and be athletic. There's an incredibly high ceiling here, Again, I mentioned a guy that I think the world of, Vita Vea. Mm-hmm. I mean, when Vita Vea is healthy and hitting on all cylinders, is as good as it gets. It's the twitch and explosion that jumps off. Okay, I mean, it's like one of those where you're like, whoa, oh wait, who's that guy that just got off the ball? And then, even like pursuing to make a tackle in the front seven, you're like, whoa, he can really run, that guy. And that was only like 5 steps he took. So those things like jump off right away. Now, he is a little bit stiffer, as I talked about, and a straight liner that way. But when you talk about the athlete overall, quick feet, incredibly quick feet. The shuffle, redirect, whatever, as a pass rusher. Can do the power stuff that I love inside, a phone booth there. Looks to have real power to like get off the ball and drive guards back. He can get off the ball so quickly that he gets underneath guys' pads at such a violent, aggressive way that he stuns them. And he's got great power because of that, because of his ability to blow off the ball that way. So, he is incredible strength in the upper body, right? Powerful hands, right? And then like, he can dominate bigger people and bigger linemen. I mean, it's shocking. There's so many plays where you go, oh, this guy's got him here. And he comes out on top. Or it looks like it's a fair, even collision at the line of scrimmage. And he pushes the guy back and wins the battle that way.
And just like that, that concludes the Chris Simms Top 5 Defensive Tackle Rankings for 2023. Take another look here. We have more blue and purple than we've had in the past.
Whoa,
but still,
color
as
wheel,
always,
we're getting there.
As always, red and orange.
Red is dominating.
It's a staple.
Yeah.
It's a staple this year.
It has to be.
The red
Along with
teams.
your red pants, we have to do that.
That's why I anticipated there being a shortage of red, so I needed to wear my pants here today. So there is the top 5.
Yo, thanks for watching, homies. It's the off season, but there's no off season for us here at Unbuttoned. Me, Ahmed Fareed, we're going to hit all the stories. So hit subscribe for us, okay? We got a ton coming up. My draft prospect rankings, my Simms Top 40 quarterback countdown, and videos of me and NFL QBs playing catch and talking about their development and mechanics. Again, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. See you soon.